Syndication, visiting the Tam fam today. One of my favorite places, of course, in New York is Sesame Street, and a good friend of the Tam fam and everyone's favorite red monster, Elmo, and our new friend, the Senior Vice President for U.S. Social Impact at Sesame Workshop, Dr. Jeanette Betancourt. They're sharing Sesame Street's newest workshop just in time for the holidays. Tam fam, please welcome back to the show, Elmo and Jeanette. Oh my gosh, Elmo, this is your, what is it, third visit to the Tam fam. I mean, I can't believe it. I still have to say thank you so much for wishing Moses a happy birthday. He's 4 now, but I have when you wished him a happy 2.
Oh, really?
Let's play it.
Oh, let's see.
So Sesame Street is brought to you by the number 2 and the letter M for Moses. Yay! We love you. Happy birthday!
That was when you did Elmo's talk show.
Yes, I did, and I had so much fun.
Yeah.
And I always love seeing you. And Jeanette, I especially love this time of the year, the holidays, and how we have real conversations about real life. That's why Sesame is so special.
We are always looking to see what is the best things that we could do for our young children, and sometimes explain difficult things at times, especially during the holidays.
And so during the holidays, we're talking openly about grief and what that's like and how it makes us feel.
We find that especially during the holidays, what we find is that memories start to surface.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have big feelings, and especially for our little ones. And sometimes what we don't realize is that talking openly is actually very good in talking about grief and the death of loved ones.
I remember, Jeanette, back in the 80s, I think 1983, one of the residents of Sesame Street, who we all love so much, Mr. Hooper, passed away. And Big Bird and the whole neighborhood came together to talk about what it was really like in an attempt to help kids understand.
It is so difficult to understand as a little one, because sometimes for little ones, the permanence of death is really not developmentally in their scope.
Yeah.
They don't understand that it's something forever. However, there's ways that we can heal as a family, and there's ways that we have actual resources that show how to talk about grief, but also celebrate many times the people that we love.
Elmo, I know that your Uncle Jack died. What are some of the ways that you celebrate your uncle?
Yeah. Well, Elmo really loved his Uncle Jack. And Elmo loved Mr. Hooper, too.
Yeah.
So one of the ways that we kind of keep them in our memory is we could talk about lots of wonderful times we had together. And, we can remember how special they were.
Yeah. And what are some things that your mom and dad do with you when you're missing your Uncle Jack?
Well, Uncle Jack used to make these really yummy, we call them Jack cakes. For breakfast? Yeah, and they were really yummy, so now we know the recipe, and we make them to think of him.
What a beautiful way to remember your uncle.
Yeah, he was really great.
And Jeanette, that's what you are showing parents as well.
We have new resources, and again, through the support from New York Life Foundation. And those resources are showing not only ways to celebrate, but also when the big feelings come up. How do we look at that? And one of the ways is to accept change. Like, how do we look at how things have changed when someone that we love is no longer with us? But at the same time, how do we celebrate that going forward? And what's lovely about the resources is that they're for everyone. They're available for free, and they're in English and Spanish. And most of all, they help us really heal, especially during this period of time. We often talk about big feelings that may happen. And sometimes in looking at when somebody has died, we find that those feelings come in waves. It's not stages, it's waves. Something, we may be happy at a moment, and then suddenly a memory comes and we may get a little sad. But that's okay, and as grown-ups, the best way we can do it is really talk about it and use our resources as part of that.
And it's also okay to say, I need a hug. Like now, Elmo, I'm here. I need a hug.
Would that be okay? Can Elmo give you a hug?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Miss Karen. that's one of the things that we learn is if we're having, big feelings, that you can give yourself a hug. hug, too.
Oh,
And it helps
This.
to say something nice about yourself, right, Doctor?
That's
If you say,
right.
so Elmo will give himself a hug and say that Elmo is strong and kind and helpful. And if you do that, when you're feeling sad, it might help.
Yes, okay. And so I'm going to look in the camera and tell Moses, Moses, hug yourself and say, I am brave. That's what we've been practicing on. I'm brave.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Well, I love you so much. You could stay forever, but I know your friends want to see you, and
Well,
you've
can
got to
Elmo
go
stay
play.
for every segment that you're doing? Elmo will just hang out. It could be the Elmo and Tamron Hall show.
What? I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
I
Listen,
think, yes. Elmo's ready too.
Elmo's ready. I love it. I love it. I love it. So you'll split your time between here and Sesame Street. You'll be so busy. You've got school. You've got so many things.
That's okay, we'll figure it out.
Okay. Thank you to Elmo and Jeanette. Sesame Workshop has resources available online in both English and Spanish for families dealing with grief. Go to TamronHallShow.com to learn more. And new episodes of Sesame Street are airing